Okay, now we are going to create an XSL transformation that transforms this XML file to a more appropriate look. If we, for instance, double-click on this parcel.xml, the web browser just thinks it's an XML file and display the code as it is. But we want to have something nicer. So we'll transform this with an XSL transformation, XSLT. And the first thing we do then is that we create a new XML document, XSL style sheet. Okay, and we can save this one as parcel.xsl. As usual, we get a couple of things already inserted here for us, but the first statement here is of course that it's a style sheet, and then that we are matching, finding out the root of the XML file. And if we find the root, then we will insert some HTML code. Specify this is HTML. Some metadata about this XML file. The content is text slash, but not any text at all. Content should be text slash HTML. We also specify the character set. Is the standard UTF-8, and another parameter is HTTP equivalence. SQL content type. That's the standard. And I don't explain every parameter here, but that's something that just have to be included. Then we have the head of the display, or when we are viewing the XML file. The title we must start with, or should start with, and we call it parcels. Okay. So far so good. Now, when we come so far, we should perhaps check that we have been doing it, keying in everything correctly. So we'll do validate. Okay, it's a valid one. So we save it. But before we can have a look at this one, we must also associate this XML file with the XSLT transformation. So we associate to an XSLT style sheet, and we find here parcel.xsl, and it's included here now, and we save this one. Okay, let's see what happens now when we double click this XML file. It's nothing on the screen, but anyway, we see here that the title of the XML file, the parcels, is included up here. So it seems to work so far. Okay. this is the XML file. You remember we have two parcels here with parcel ID, owner, and area. And we would like to display this as a table. So we have now included the head of the XML file, and now it's time for the body. Body like this. And we give this a headline first, H3 size, and call it my parcels XML file like this. We can check if it's still okay. Yes, it's valid. So we save it, and then we double click this one. Okay, here we have also now a header of the XML printouts. So far so good. Then we would like to have a table here. Under this headline, if you look at the parcel.xml, we see that it's in my database. That's the root element. So for each database we find, we have a new table. So we must find for each element, select equal my database like that. See, it's called my database like that. Okay. For each element of my database, we'll do as follows. We create a table. Like that, and attribute border equal 1. And then for this, create a new row. In this table, and this is a table header row, and the first column we call parcel ID, and the next column is owner, and the third column is area, like this. Okay, looks good to me. We will validate it. Okay, valid, save, and then we'll have a look how it looks like. Okay, we have a table here with only one row in it so far, but that is our headlines. Okay, it was the first row of the table. Then we will select the next first element of the if you look, we have now the my database. For each my database, we create a table that looks like this, and now for each parcel we will make a new row. So for each select equal parcel, and for each parcel we will have a new row. Okay, we can stop here. I'll validate, see if it's okay. It's still valid. And if we double click here, oops. Okay, it should be 2 more rows here. I don't really understand why. Well, there. Okay, we have not written anything in the rows. Okay, for each row here, we'll have just a common element. Up for each. We will select the first element, and we will just apply templates on this one. Why is that the standard way of displaying it? And as you see here, these lines we can repeat. And we will also, instead of parcel ID, we will also have the owner element and the area element. Okay, let's see how it looks like. Validate, it's valid, we save it, and now the oops, area, and there was no area included here. Let's see what's wrong. Area D. Okay, there is no such element. Should be area. Save it. Double click once more. Okay, here we got it. Fairly good printout of our XML file. And we have made it by an XSLT transformation.